Hello and welcome to a new edition of Counterpoints, this show unpacking the trends that are shaping our business. Today we'll be looking at working from home versus office real estate. Guillaume Arnaud, great to have you with us in the studio. Thanks for coming in. You're the chairman of Sofidy, which of course is a subsidiary of Tikehau Capital that specialised in real estate asset management. Good to have your thoughts with us today. Guillaume, I think it would be interesting to frame this discussion around a key question. Does working from home signal the end of office real estate? So again, we were speaking before about this idea of kind of working from home. It's clear that it was a particularly effective response vis-a-vis confinement when people were told, don't commute, stay at home. We've also seen a trend, if you will, Guillaume, it becoming more of a permanent solution, people leaving the larger cities like Paris, like London, like Berlin, going to smaller cities to carry out their work. I want to get a sense from you about whether working from home is becoming the new normal.
Yeah, hello, Richard. Thank you for this very good question. I agree. Telework has been a tremendous solution during this pandemic. And to be frank, if this pandemic had occurred 10 years ago, I think it would not have been the same. And I think that the economic shock would have been worse. But it's not because it has been, a solution for this type of crisis that it's 100% desirable for the rest of your life. And we had, some surveys of managers during this pandemic, and months after months, managers were seeing new risk coming from this pandemic. And for example, after too much home working, there is some risk of isolation. And also, when you have some difficulties, it's difficult to speak to your colleagues, to tell him, I'm afraid of being too overload of work. And also, I remark something very important is the lack of affectio societatis you become to have when you are a newcomer in a company, for example, how to integrate these new people. And actually, it has been tremendous during the pandemic, but I really think that after this crisis, because it's going to end at one point, you will see two types of company, the one that will really come back at work and the other one. And I really think that it's very important that people come back to work and that the home working is just a tool, but not the solution.
All right, so let me get a clear sense from you then, Guillaume. What you're saying is that working from home isn't a viable long-term solution. Is that correct?
Yeah, I say that. And sometimes people are saying, it's old economy versus a new economy. But even a company like Amazon in March were saying, we are an office-centric company because it enables us to invent and to learn together better. And that's, I think, the point. You can do things. It can be very convenient to be at home. But if you really want to invent, if you really want to have this community that is around the enterprise, you have to come to work. At the end of the day, humans are social animals.
Absolutely. Very true indeed. Let's talk a little bit about real estate investment, because that will be one of the key questions I know our viewers will be thinking about today. Telework, or we've been calling it working from home, let's say, doesn't signal the end of office or real estate investment, does it?
No, because, it's been now more than 30 years that at Sofidy we are investing in real estate. And, the offices 30 years ago was clearly not the office that we have today. And I think that in 30 years, the offices will be different. It's an evolution. What we remark is, 30 years ago, people, they had until 20 to 25 square meters per employee. Today, it's half than that. And I think that this trend will break with the COVID crisis, and that people, maybe they will come less at work, than before, but they will need some new offices. We have statistics also, more than 40% of employees take their job with this point, which is I want to have a nice office. And this is one of the main criteria that people have. And then what I think is the offices will continue to evolve. Maybe people won't come less at work than before, but they will be more, I would say, demanding regarding the quality of the offices.
Okay, quality of the offices will be top of the agenda in many respects, you say, Guillaume.
Exactly.
If you had to leave us with one thought, from you about the future of working from home, what would you say to us? How would you encapsulate that?
It's a new tool. It will be very useful, and it will help people having maybe a better quality of life. But for me, it's clearly not the solution. If you want to have a company that is in all this area where all the companies are fighting a lot, you really need to have people around you, I think, in an office. And then it's, for me, just a tool, but not the solution to work in the future.
Okay, a tool, but not the solution. And Guillaume
Exactly.
Arnaud, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the future, if you will, of working from home. To our viewers who've tuned in today for another edition of Counterpoint, it's been fantastic to have you. And we do hope to see you again for another edition. See you then.